Here's your wrestling news for January 22nd, 2022. And your headlines for today include: has WWE given away the Universal title match result for the Royal Rumble? Former AEW World Champion referenced on latest Smackdown. Mustafa Ali sends message to WWE after release request is denied. Smackdown superstar sends controversial tweet about dead celebrity, instantly regrets it. Braun Strowman reveals future plans outside of WWE. Huge moment takes place at latest Impact taping. WWE legend confirmed to be at the Royal Rumble. Raw superstar defends Gunther's controversial name change. Former WWE writer reveals word that Hall of Famer was banned from saying. WWE could face another lawsuit after shocking comments in article. The Rock teases appearance in AEW, and more. We are kicking off today with SmackDown, which was built around a Raw superstar this week, Seth Rollins. Bringing Kevin Owens with him, the pair were instantly thrust into the main event, a non-title match against SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos with huge stipulations. If Rollins won, then the Usos would be barred from ringside for his upcoming Universal title match with Roman Reigns. But if the Usos emerged victorious, this title match would have been cancelled. The second situation was never going to happen, especially as when you look at the SmackDown roster and the need by WWE to bring Rollins over, it's clear there's a severe lack of credible contenders for the Tribal Chief on Team Blue. Sure enough, Owens and Rollins won, but only by disqualification, as when the Visionary was on the verge of a victory, Reigns appeared to attack his Shield brother, giving him the DQ win. Now the Usos are barred from ringside, and there's a few things WWE hinted at with this result. First, it appears that Rollins is playing two roles within WWE, as a heel on Raw and a face on SmackDown, which is a testament to his skills as a character. Second, Rollins does have multiple wins over Reigns, including dethroning him as WWE Champion in 2016, and could do exactly the same next weekend. Third, and most important of all, is that Rollins could indeed be the one to end the Universal title reign of the Tribal Chief, who has already broken Brock Lesnar's record. It was last week that Reigns surpassed 503 days as champion, the record held by Lesnar, and typically when a record is broken, WWE doesn't have the new record holder remain champion for much longer. When the New Day broke Demolition's record as the longest-reigning WWE Tag Team Champions, they lost the gold almost immediately, allowing WWE to have a new team break the record if needed down the line. Should Rollins be the one to end Reigns' time as Universal Champion, then it'll free the Tribal Chief to challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, assuming the Beast doesn't lose the WWE title to Bobby Lashley, and this week's SmackDown proved that WWE is at least considering bringing the epic run of the head of the table to an end. Rollins didn't just have an impressive showing in the ring, but he also had some choice words to say during his opening promo. Speaking about their time in the Shield, Rollins said Reigns was carried by the other two members and referenced AEW's Jon Moxley. Not only did he reference the former AEW World Champion, but Rollins referred to him as Mox rather than his WWE name Dean Ambrose. It's believed that this line must have been approved by Vince McMahon himself, as typically WWE will use their own names no matter what, rather than use a name one of their ex-superstars can use outside the company. For what it's worth, there's been some speculation that Moxley will be in this year's Men's Royal Rumble match, despite reports that there will be no AEW talent walking through WWE's Forbidden Door, but that didn't stop Rollins from referencing one of the All Elite promotion's very top wrestlers. Last weekend, Mustafa Ali requested his release from WWE, a request that's been denied by the company. During discussions between the two sides, the term value was overheard by sources within the company, and now Ali has once again issued a statement against the company. On Instagram, the SmackDown superstar shared an image from the 2008 Batman movie The Dark Knight, where Heath Ledger's Joker is seen burning a mountain of cash. In the scene, the Joker says how what he's doing isn't about money, but about sending a message, a similar sentiment to Ali's own attitude. In his initial request, Ali said he has a message, one he feels he can't share whilst employed with WWE, and although the company have denied his request, no amount of money will make Ali give up on his plans. Yesterday, the world lost Meatloaf as the American singer and actor died aged 74 on a day when Louis Anderson also passed away. Meatloaf didn't make any WWE appearances, but he did appear once and took an RKO back in 2010, and WWE sent out a tweet offering their condolences. Shotzi Blackheart fired off a tweet of her own, but one that earned her significant backlash, as after hearing the news, she'd said that she'd eaten Meatloaf last night. The joke was seen as far too soon, and after a series of replies criticizing her, Shotzi deleted this tweet. Shotzi did delete her tweet, but thanks to screenshots, nothing really disappears from social media, and we imagine the Smackdown superstar will think carefully the next time she hears of a celebrity's passing. When WWE released Adam Scherr in June 2021, his departure came out of nowhere, and fans speculated on where he'd sign to. We know that Impact Wrestling tried to sign the former Braun Strowman in time for their Bound for Glory event, and that he appeared at Ring of Honor's Final Battle last December, but this won't lead to anything long-term. In an interview with CBS Sports, Scherr discussed his future plans in the ring and said that he's not looking for any lengthy, long-term deals with any promotions because he wants to enjoy his time and wrestling. Scherr added that spending 8 straight years in WWE took a toll on him, and he's making up for lost time by competing in as many promotions as he chooses. Calling it a reset on his career, only time will tell where Scherr shows up next, but wherever he goes, he won't be sticking around for the long haul. We've got some news from Impact Wrestling next, as a huge title change has happened during their latest taping. This result hasn't been aired yet, so if you want to avoid spoilers, we recommend skipping the next 30 seconds of this video. At the latest tapings in Pembroke Pines, Florida, Matt Cardona became the second ever Impact Digital Media Champion, defeating Jordynne Grace. Those who attended live said that Cardona was hesitant to hit moves on Grace until a moment where he snapped and used a steel chair before hitting radio silence to get the win. This marks Cardona's first title with Impact and comes years after he set up his own internet title, and we'll have to see how the former WWE superstar does with his newly won gold. Back to WWE, as The Undertaker last competed at WrestleMania 36, defeating AJ Styles in the universally acclaimed Boneyard match. The Dead Man has made just one appearance in character for WWE since then, appearing in the recent WWE 2K22 commercial, but the former WWE champion may be donning his hat and trench coat very soon. According to the latest report from PW Insider, The Undertaker will be present for this month's Royal Rumble, which will take place this time next week. The report didn't specify what role, if any, the Phenom will have, but he'll certainly be on hand to support his wife Michelle McCool, who will be competing in the Women's Royal Rumble match. As to whether he'll compete himself, there are spots left in this year's Men's Royal Rumble match, and having The Undertaker, who won the bout in 2007, compete would certainly make headlines for WWE. Some fans have suggested that the Dead Man will be on hand to be confirmed as a 2022 WWE Hall of Fame inductee, as WrestleMania 38 will be happening in his native Texas, and we'll only know for sure what the plan is next Sunday at the Royal Rumble. Ever since Walter announced his new name of Gunther on this week's NXT 2.0, the change has been met with backlash from fans. Not only have audiences been outspoken about the Gunther Stark controversy, but many fans believe that any name change simply wasn't necessary, but there are some who are on board. On Twitter, Finn Balor defended changing Walter's name to Gunther, saying at first everyone hated the name Finn as well. Before coming to WWE, Balor made his name as Prince Devitt, and although it took some fans some time, the Irish superstar has made Finn Balor into a household name. Ultimately, it's WWE's decision what they call the former United Kingdom champion, and even despite mass backlash, we expect big things from Gunther in NXT 2.0. One man who knows a thing or two about names is Glenn Jacobs, who after stints as the Christmas Creature, Isaac Yankem, and Fake Diesel, eventually found fame as Kane. Initially a silent character managed by Paul Bearer, Kane eventually began speaking for himself, but there's some things the Big Red Machine was banned from ever saying. That's according to Freddie Prinze Jr., who on this week's podcast discussed a promo he wrote for Kane, who was going to destroy his opponent until Vince McMahon stepped in. Prinze explained, "Vince was pissed off at me like I'd done something not wrong, but offensive. I go, what? And he shouts, Kane would never say destroyed. He would say obliterate." There's this long pause, a very long pause. Sure enough, the promo was changed, and whilst Kane would go on to have an incredibly successful career, holding world titles and earning his Hall of Fame induction, the one thing he never did was destroy his opponents. Back to the present, as Bianca Belair has become a top name on WWE's main roster, winning both the Women's Royal Rumble and Smackdown Women's title in 2021. So far, Belair has spent most of her career as a singles star, but was nearly part of one of WWE's most beloved recent stables. And After the Bell, MVP said he had discussions with both Belair and Creative about the former SmackDown Women's Champion joining the Hurt Business, as WWE felt the group needed a female to compete in the women's division on their behalf. The Hurt Business has split up twice now and is unlikely to get back together, but that doesn't mean MVP couldn't one day find himself managing Belair, and given his record, he'd almost certainly lead her to championship gold. In a recent article from the Toronto Star, WWE had some harsh words to say about AEW, calling the competition too gory to work in the 21st century. Speaking about the New Year's Smash Rampage street fight, which saw Anna Jay and Ty Conti defeat Penelope Ford and the Bunny, WWE called the match gory self-mutilation, in a line that the women involved have taken in stride. These wrestlers may be proud of the match, but Warner Media is far from happy, as the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that the company are mad at WWE about the quote. Warner Media officials see the quote given by WWE as a personal attack against their company and an attempt to hurt their advertising sales from WWE. WWE is already in a lawsuit with MLW, who claim that Vince McMahon's company has tampered with their business by threatening Tubi and Vice, and if WWE aren't too careful with what they say, they may be in another courtroom with Warner Media. And we're ending today with The Rock, who hasn't had an official match since his 6-second victory over Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32 in 2016. Since then, WWE has hoped for one last match by the Brahma Bull, ideally against his cousin Roman Reigns, but the Great One could always work elsewhere. When a fan tweeted The Rock showing his son playing with action figures of Rock and Cody Rhodes, the former WWE champion joked that he's doing the job to Cody, but is happy to do it. In AEW, Cody has earned a reputation for going over some promising stars, including Sammy Guevara, Anthony Ogogo, and Orange Cassidy, and even the Brahma Bull realizes what lies in store for him should he ever be All Elite. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.